Hey guys, this is Zach with Philly Barbecue. I'm gonna. These are the Boston butts I actually got just recently from yesterday actually from the Reading Terminal Market here in Philly. Now, if you know the Reading Terminal Market, if you know Philly, you know that these are some quality products. These are right from the butcher. They came 2 in a pack, never guaranteed, never frozen, and these are gonna make some great pulled pork. I have two about 9.5 pounder, just under 19 pounds total for both of them. And they're just some good looking butts here. I'm going to go ahead and apply my rub, and I'm actually going to use just a regular honey as opposed to a mustard. You know, I know they say it doesn't really add any flavor to the meat itself, but I figured if I can make it a little bit sweeter as opposed to spicier or tangier, I'd rather go sweeter. So most people don't really like spicy or tangy too much, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to apply my rub. I'll show you how I apply it. I apply it pretty liberally, and I'll wrap it up, and then I'll apply a little bit more tomorrow before the smoke. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's rub these down. Like I said, I get about 9.5 pounders. And basically, these are the two I got from a fresh local market, like I said, Reading Terminal Market here in Philly. Big, large market, 90 vendors, fresh produce, all kinds of spices that some sell. I have, there's desserts, obviously there's meats, there's butchers, it's all kind of good stuff. These were both like fresh, never frozen, guaranteed fresh, never frozen, and they're just awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my rub. Now my rub here is a basic rub. It's paprika, brown sugar, salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne for a little bit of heat, and also but I also add a little bit of granulated garlic and some onion as well. It gives me, because I'm a garlic fan and an onion fan, so I like to add that stuff. I figured it doesn't add too much flavor, but if you like that type of stuff, I add a little bit to it. It's not too much, but that's what I use. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this here. I try to keep the one hand wet, one hand dry mentality to this as well. So, it helps if I add honey to it so it sticks first. Now I just feel like an idiot. Applying the honey here, and you want to make sure you get this all over the whole thing, because you're going to apply the rub to the whole thing. So you want to make sure you get enough here so you can it will actually all stick all the way around. It'll probably stick a little bit too, even if it's not covered in honey, just because it's still a little moist from when we had it before we washed it off. So flip this over, a little honey on the backhand side here. Like I said, I'm going to use a honey today as opposed to a mustard, because the mustard, I mean, like I said, what I've seen, doesn't say it adds a lot of flavor to it, but I'd rather have a little more sweet as opposed to a tangy flavor to it. So this is I'm going to use today. You don't have to use it. Try it out if you want to, and let me know how it works for you. But I'm just going to see how this works. I think it's going to be fine. I do like mustard. I've used it before, but for me, I just figured it wouldn't hurt to try. This bone broke on me. To try a honey as opposed to a mustard, just because it really it might add a little bit of sweet flavor to it as opposed to the tangy. And I have more people who are coming who will like sweet as opposed to tangy. This thing I'm doing on Sunday. So it's Friday. It's Thursday today. I'm gonna rub these down. I'm actually gonna do my smoke on probably late tomorrow night, Friday night. Probably between 1 and 3 in the morning, because these are large butts. These will take a while. These probably take 12-14 hours at least. So I have something Friday night, of course. I had to give myself the least amount of time to do this. So okay, we're gonna flip these back over. These are covered in that honey. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my rub now. Let's see how this works. Let's see. One hand dry, one hand wet. That rub looks pretty good. I mean, I've played around with rubs in the past. This one's the one that's worked the best for me. I actually made a double batch. This is actually a double batch of the rub I usually make, and it actually, unfortunately, was a little too hot for me. So I had a little bit too much cayenne. I most of the time just will eyeball them, and let's just do both right away, and just eyeball them that way. I will just so because I like different kinds of flavors than other people, so Again, I try not to rub it down. I think for me, I like to just kind of just like pat. Okay, make sure I get all of this covered here. Unfortunately, with rubs, you will go through a lot of rub when you do this, just because you're putting it on pretty liberally. And let's flip this over. There we go. Same for this guy here. Keep applying this stuff here. Oh, a little heavy. Of course, there goes the car alarm. It's just going to keep going off. Oh, wait. It turned off. Alright, good. Alright. Yeah, I live in Philly here, and you never know what you're going to expect when you come to Philly. When you get car alarms, gigantic trucks passing by, you kind of just have to roll with the punches. Now you want to make sure you get this rub in here, and all these little flaps and flips and flaps. And just because that has to be seasoned too, you're going to eat that part too. So, alright. So this rub's going on pretty well. With this, you want to again make sure you get all parts of this this pork butt, because again, you're not just going to eat the top, you're not just going to eat the bottom, you're going to eat the whole thing. So, all right. Good thing is I just ordered my my Maverick thermometer, and I think it just came in the mail. So hopefully that came. I kind of ordered a little late for myself and felt like an idiot afterwards. But oh, it's sliding off here. Alright, so that one's done here. I'm going to keep finishing this one up. And what's funny, one thing I like to do with my rub, because I will make a bunch at a time and store it, because you can do that. And what I've done is I've actually just kept it in a larger container and just put a piece of bread in there. Helps from the brown sugar that I use from clumping up. And that's just for ease of use, pretty much. Because if you've ever used with brown sugar in a restaurant, if you had a larger amount of it, it will clump up and beat. So, little tip: if you've never used brown sugar, just put a piece of bread in there. It doesn't matter what kind of bread; it won't add any flavor to the brown sugar. It's just mostly just because it will take the moisture out of the bread, and that will keep it into the brown sugar. So. Alright, looks like these butts are good to go. So I apply these pretty liberally, and I'm going to kind of wrap them up, and we'll go from there. Alright. Hey guys, it's Zach with Philly Barbecue. It's about 11:30, and I'm going to throw these butts on the smoker in about 15 to 20 minutes once my coals get hot. These have been marinating in the spices and my rub for about 12 hours, a little bit more. I'm gonna throw one more coating of rub on that, and we'll throw them in. I'll check back in a couple hours. All right, see ya. Hey guys, it's Zach with Philly Barbecue. It's about 7:30 on a Friday morning. I got 2 pork butts, been going for about 7 hours right now. And let's take a look. Let's try to do this pretty quick so I don't lose too much heat. What? Yeah, looking good, looking good. I only got about 160 degrees right now, my probes. So we'll see how that's going. I'll put this back on. And my neighbor's dog. Alright, so you see I got 160 degrees on the meat. And I just dropped down 158 on my smoker, but that'll rise pretty quickly. So yeah, at least got another 3, 4, 5 hours, and we'll go from there. See ya. Alright guys, it's Zach with Philly Barbecue back here again. I got 2 butts on there. It's been about 10 hours, a little more than 10 hours. So let's take a quick look. Oh, that's looking good to me. The bottom one, you can see it, man. That thing is just pretty. It's pretty, not even pretty. It's pretty. All right, so I'm gonna cover this back up. Check back in a couple hours. there you have it, right there. All kinds of good. And you know as well as I know, that ain't burnt. That's bark. If you know what bark is, and you know bark is good. So I'm gonna take these inside. I'm gonna wrap them up a little bit. Leave them about 30 to 45 minutes. Pull them out and shred them up, man. It's gonna be some good pulled pork having on Sunday. So, all right.